I live? I think I am. I think I'm live. I've never done this before. Um, I don't really know if. Hmm. Oh, wait, I'm in the wrong window. Shit. Is anyone there? Anyone watching this? I hope. Uh, well, hello, Tenjik Blaze from Vietnam. Can you can you hear me? Cool, cool, very cool. Well, welcome to my first live show. um, I was just talking to someone on Instagram, Ruben Wu, um, very cool photographer, and also Acronym fan, and the one who I exchanged J1Es with. Excuse me. And we were talking. Hey, Milo. We were talking about the P38-E release, which should have happened about 12 minutes ago. I'm gonna look at the site. Oh, there's some other things too. Let me see if I can also. For real? Oh wow, I didn't even. Oh, cool. They sold out in all the different colors already. Did anyone get one? Did you get one, Milo or Tinjik? Oh wow, that's insane. So as I was saying, I was talking to Ruben about the 38E, and he was asking me what size he should get, and then I'm talking to him right now. Don't think he got it. I didn't. They are still super cool pants, absolutely. I'm very fortunate to own a pair. And I actually kind of wanted to talk about it a little bit because, well, I haven't. If you follow my channel, then you probably know that I have not been around much lately. Been a little bit busy with things. If does anybody here know anything about these live streams? Does it automatically record, or do I need to like um, do I need to manually record it? I don't know what happens after this session if it just stays. Don't buy Acronym. Okay, Menos. Um, Spelling classes. Oh, good. I will not be buying any Acronym. That's great, Mennos. So why Mennos? Why should we not be buying Acronym? And if you think we should not be buying Acronym, why are you even watching my channel? Since most of my content is about this brand. So I mean, well, you know, Nike Lab ACG, of course, is kind of the same. Wow, I'm still a bit flabbergasted that it sold out this fast. I really okay. So these came out first in 2020, I believe. Is that correct? Let me check that out. I have this somewhere. Where do I have it? Let me pull up the old. Yes. So I'm opening the old website. Can I? You guys just see me, right? There's no. Can I like share my screen? Sorry, guys. This is all very new to me. I just started doing this as a. Yeah, great. Oh well. Engage with your audience. How do I do this? Start a Q&A. No, that's not what I want. I want to share my screen. That's what I want. Okay, well, I don't know how to. I don't know how to. But if I look at the old page from, oh, it's 2021, so that's 2 years ago. So that's when it first came out. I mean, then it also sold out immediately. I remember. I didn't get it at the first when it first released, because of course it was super hyped up because Harrelson had been uh, wearing it in all his Insta stories and for quite a while, and people were super hyped. So it sold out immediately, and of course they a lot of scalpers put them on Grailed and everything for I think like 4 or 5K or something. And I also think quite some people actually bought them for those prices. But then I think about a year later, there was there suddenly was a re-release. I also just missed that by like I think I mean I think I just forgot the time or something, so I was really bummed out about it that I missed it again because I also really wanted to have them. And I remember that I was so desperate then that I actually emailed Acronym asking that asking, oh man, don't you have like still have one somewhere lying around in the studio or something? Uh, please look for me, or if someone returns one in Medium, could you please let me know? And they actually said okay, uh, and so I kind of gave up because I didn't really think that this would actually happen. But then maybe a week or just like a few days later, they actually emailed me and said, "Okay, we got one." So, and I immediately emailed back. I was like, "Okay, so what how are we doing this?" And they said, "Okay, we're gonna put it on the we can't like directly sell it to you. We're gonna have to put it on the website, but just like keep your eyes peeled." So I quickly went to the website and was like refreshing like an insane person, and then the medium popped up, and I immediately copped it, uh, and then I had it. So that was actually really amazing. Um, so I've had that for quite a while. Um, have been wearing it a lot. Still wear it a lot. It's a really great pant. It feels great. Um, I didn't really know what to expect from the encapsulated nylon fabric because I hadn't experienced it before. Uh, and on the outside, it feels kind of harsh, uh, but somehow, even though the inside is not different, it feels quite comfortable actually. Oh, people are saying things. Menno says, "Oh, we pride. Oh, we piced. Oh, piced." I think you mean overpriced. Um, yeah, I don't really know what that means. I mean, overpriced suggests that the price is too much for what you are getting. Like it's not worth the price, and that's just such a. I mean, I hear people saying stuff like that all the time. Think that acronym or any other thing is overpriced, but that's such a subjective thing. I mean, it's worth just as much as you um, give worth to it, right? I mean, but, I mean, saying something like that is just not doesn't make any sense. Right? I mean, it just it's just not a constructive conversation. If you think it's overpriced, then you probably should not buy it, and that's fine. I think um, everyone will be just fine with you not buying acronym. It's just um, Milo says, "I really like the REF styling on the." Yeah, me too. I that I also put that on Instagram. I really think uh, the version with the REF zips is really cool. S- Somewhere a voice in my head was uh, saying I wanted to get that, but of course, I mean that's just would have been insane if I would have just gotten it because a different trim. Maybe I mean I can just maybe I can just replace the zippers because I don't think I'm looking at the site right now at the pictures. I don't think that there's actually anything different other than that. Um, I can't really see anything different. I mean, there's a gray version, of course, that I think also looks pretty cool. Let me see. Uh, what the copy says: born from the engineering requirements of a fully acronym dual mode pant, a new trouser form has emerged. Horizontal top to front, tension zip, blah, 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 blah. Let me just compare that to the uh, 2021 page, and it's the same. It's literally the same text. So that makes me. Is it? Yeah, yeah. It's entirely the same. If I look at the fabric, 99% PA, 1% EL, also the same. If I look at the sizing, the medium is 48-14. Yeah, it's all just the same. One difference I see now is that there is extra small that was not in the initial release. So I guess that's cool for some smaller people. I mean, the pants are quite big, quite uh, huge. You might even say. This is what I was talking about with Ruben Wu just now, because pardon me, he actually wanted to get them, or well, he was thinking about getting them, and he was asking me about sizing, and he's actually about 2 inches taller than me. He was considering maybe getting a small, but then I said, like, I'm like 5'9", and I wear a medium, which is really great, and getting a smaller one will just make it too short. Because I also had the P38 GT that I got in small, because when I got the well, I first got that one in medium and small, ordered them together, and then I sent the medium back, which I really regretted later, especially because that one is really meant as a overpant. Uh, Eventually, I sold the small also because it was just uh, too short, and a too short overpant is really kind of useless. Um, I haven't checked your channel in ages. Cool dat je terug bent. Noisy Kestrel. Thanks, mate. I think it's cool to be back. Buy fabric online and find seamstress and make jackets. Okay, so you got the. What are you, a designer or something? I mean, sure, Minos, you can do that. I just don't really understand the point you're trying to make. Do you have the like the never mind. Bryce says P38 low key ugly. We need that P20 or P32 re-release. Please, Errolson, no more integrated builds. Low key ugly? What does that really mean? I can understand, actually, if you think the P38 is ugly, because it's a very it's quite an over the top pant, right? I mean, it's very uh, in your face with the zippers. There's like literally like a, especially if you got like the like the black version with the chrome zipper. It's like a line over your crotch, and then two horizontal lines, which make it like a cross. So it's very much accentuates your crotch with a cross. So yeah, I understand. And when you open the tension zip, all the pockets are open, and it's a very, there's all this stuff going on, right? So yeah, if you're a minimalist and if you're a gray man, if you would like to be a gray man, or if you would just like to not uh, um, If you would not like people to look at you, then you probably should not wear them. Um, but I kind of like to see the whole um, overpriced thing. To me, the fact that these pants are very unique looking and very in your face are actually the reason that I think it's worth it, right? Because I think it's very I think it's an interesting design. So I that's one of the things that makes it worth it to me. Integrated belts. Price doesn't like integrated belts. Um, I kind of do actually. Um, that might be one of the things that I semi miss on the P38-E. I mean, it has the drawstrings, but as I also mentioned to Ruben, the drawstrings are very weak. So if you're just wearing the pants empty, that's it's fine. You can just pull the drawstrings. It's very fast. You can just put them on and go. But if you start putting stuff in your pockets, especially things that are heavy like a phone, keys, wallet, power bank, or I don't know anything like that, you will feel the pants like pulling down, and the drawstrings are not strong enough to keep that up. So uh, I usually uh, pull the drawstrings just a little bit so that the waist is about the size of my waist, so it doesn't like immediately fall down, uh, but not too tight, and then I put a belt on it. Uh, that's how I like to wear it. Menos says better spending of your money, dude. Okay, that's all really great, Menos. Uh, I really don't think your clothes are better than Acronym. No offense, but if that were the case, I don't believe you would be in this chat right now. Um, so also, I don't think you're gonna like convince anyone that's here right now to stop buying Acronym just because you say your clothes are better or that one could better be making clothes themselves. I mean, you know, it's you can do that. That's fine, and nice if you can. I actually thought about that a few times to make something, especially from some simpler fabrics, like maybe like Alpha Direct. Um, but it's also kind of like an ADHD idea, and I've never really, I haven't yet come to the point that I did it. Um, I actually, some a while ago, thought about uh, getting some stocks, but like at a proof, and maybe looking at one of the pens I have, like the P38-ADS, and try to make a P23S in RAF slots. But then I didn't. And then I found a P26S in RAF uh, on Grailed for a really nice price. in a decent condition, so I got that, and that's actually really a really nice pant. I enjoy it very much. Um, I think maybe I should still like do a. Should I still do a P38-E video? You want to see that? Maybe I should do a P38-E compared to the P26S video because the pants are quite similar in um, in fit and look because they have, well, there's of course uh, the chrome zippers, and they kind of have like square square like pockets at the top, and then uh, zippered jogger cuffs at the bottom. So only of course the P26S are much more simple, uh, and apart from the zipper, that is still very in your face, much more understated because um, there's no cargo pockets. And a very cool thing about the P26S is that the phone pockets are hidden beneath the like the hand pockets, the D pockets on the front. Um, so I think that's a very cool detail. Mm, NPC 6K. I didn't even see the smalls or extra smalls load up. Oh, really? Well, I didn't see anything at all because I was still fucking around with this. Because like 10 minutes before, so I was talking to Ruben, and then and we're talking about P38E, and then I looked at the clock and I was, oh wait, it's going to be dropping in like 10 minutes. Um, I can just maybe I should just like make a video. That would be fun. And then I was fucking around with this for 20 minutes to see how this works and set up some lights so you can actually see me. And then it was already gone because I opened the site at like 12, like 5:12 or something, and it was gone. Oh wait, I do see that the old one is called Gen 1.1, and the new one is called Gen 1.1.1. Uh, I guess that probably just has to do with the fact there is another colorway. Am I missing something? 10 pockets. Oh, wait a second. The old one seems to have 10 pockets, um, and the new one says it has 12. Oh, right, of course, the mezzanine. Right, it is different. It is different. Um, so uh, so there is a mezzanine added to the cargo pockets, which is actually kind of nice. Then again, if I look at the pictures from now, it does look a bit. If it's raining really hard, it will probably rain inside this mezzanine, because I don't believe the mezzanine is zipped. No, because then it wouldn't be mezzanine. Um, but if it's raining really hard, the whole pant will just soak because it's uh, not waterproof. So I think it looks really cool with the 5 fingers. By the way, I've been getting into those. I've been getting into those. Um, my girlfriend hates it. Like she really hates it. She really hates it. She really wants to cry and run away when I'm wearing them, which is too bad. So I try not to wear them all the time in her face to avoid conflict. But I really do enjoy wearing them actually, and they're really starting to grow on me. Hello, Ivan. Um, what's anyone saying? I will ignore because no. Fair enough. KMY P38-E is was my first acronym pen too, actually. So that's nice. Uh, Still nice pants, I think. I sold them because I wanted to get 23s because they are a bit more convenient for my lifestyle. I mean, I think P30s look cool still. I still think it's really too bad that the P23s don't have the zippered cuffs. I really wish that was the case, because then there would be just slightly slimmer P30s, um, which would be lovely. Because I did um, like the feature of being able to zip them off, but I can't. And if I was Menos, then I would probably add them myself, and maybe I will, but maybe I also won't. Um, because you a not creative, you just buy. I'm a not creative. Like I'm right now, I'm literally creating a video, like while I'm speaking and while you are listening to me and type, typing your bullshit. I'm literally creating something, but I. It doesn't really matter what you think, Minos. It's make something and wear it. It's better than buying. I think I'm just gonna stop reacting to Minos because I'm getting a bit tired of this guy. Gibson asks, why these ones sell out so fast? Well, first of all, earlier on, I already said that they were first released in 2021. Even back then, they were very much hyped by Errolson because he was like, wearing them, teasing them for quite a while before they first released. And then when they released, I think that the quantity was just not very big. Big quantity, large. So it sold out very quick, and then actually it restocked a year later, some, and again it sold out in minutes. Um, so now again a year later, uh, I guess they still didn't make a lot. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I actually thought that when I got uh, the newsletter that that it would be a retailer release, uh, also because it was shown, it was already teased in uh, some of the other releases, like in the product pictures. Uh, but I guess the fact that it's already sold out now, um, probably means that this is not. Oh, wait. If anyone wants a gray extra large, go quick because there's one. An extra large is back. Um, so if you really want to get that. One second. Um, sorry. Hello from Russia. What's my preference, P30DS or E? I've never had a P30E, actually. Um, what would I prefer? Actually, maybe now I have felt E. I think for such a wide pant, E might be better, actually. Because the P30 is already so baggy. The stretchiness of dry skin kind of makes it more, uh, even less structural, right? There's like no structure at all anymore. So um, I did find that at some point, if I had my uh, phone or other heavy things in the pockets or like in the cargo pockets, that they would like swing around a lot. So I can imagine that having them in an E pant would be a bit less so because it's doesn't have stretch, and that's also something that I enjoy with the P38E, is that the structure of it. Uh, what figures do I have in the background? Well, these are not my figures actually. Uh, these are my girlfriend's. There are quite a few Star Wars figures over there. Um, these are called, I don't remember. There are also my scene. Um, she's a avid toy collector slash doctor. Like she buys a lot of vintage toys from marketplaces and from uh, secondhand stores, like thrift stores, and then uh, fixes them and makes them nice again. And sometimes then she sells them on Etsy. She has a very cool Etsy store called Pippi the Poppet. She's also on TikTok. So if you enjoy vintage toys, then you should check it out. Wait, I can send the link, right? Why can't I find it? Jesus Christ. I don't know how to spell it. Is it with double P? Man, Why is this so hard? Sorry, 1 second. What's going on? Oh, it's just double P. Um, there you go. And this is your Etsy store. Buy toys for my girlfriend. That's very cool. She actually made. There's like a uh, like a teddy bear with a like a plush bear with a clay face uh, that she made herself. Um, that's very cool. She's a great artist. Um, so that, yeah, the drape, the drape on this looks more diaper-like. That's true. Mm. So, um, I'm wearing like P10 right now. Um, for P10, I think DS is perfect. Like with a tighter model, you really want to um, have DS. I think I also once bought a P10s in medium, but didn't know or realize yet then that stops that out of proof shrinks quite a bit, so that shrunken so much that I could barely even call it a small. It really I could like um, I'm like in between a small and a medium. I can wear most smalls, but that medium, I I could barely bend my legs, and it was really short. Uh, so that medium had shrunken to like an extra small size, so that was terrible. Um, and with stuffs not being uh, stretchy in the least, it was very uncomfortable. So I sold that very fast, as fast as I got it. I mean, I bought it because it was like 250 or something. It was really cheap um, because it was also very used, but still, there were no actual holes in it. I was still in a decent enough condition to wear, but uh, it had just shrunken considerably. So that's something to really pay attention to with studs, and which is what I'm getting into a bit at the moment. Since I bought the 26 S, which I really like, and I bought that in large, uh, and that fits actually almost exactly the same as the 38E in medium. I have these the 26S in large is even maybe a little bit shorter. Yeah. How do you wash the S? Just like it is advised on the label. I personally put it in a wash net. I use Granger's uh, Tech Wash. No, it's called Performance Wash. I either use Granger's Performance Wash or Nick Wax Tech Wash. Um, and then yeah, I just wash it. I think on 40 degrees, I think Celsius. I think. Um, and then I hang it to dry. I usually use the uh, gentle cycle and maybe put the spin on 800 instead of 1200. I mean, it dries pretty fast, so it doesn't have to be spun so hard that it. I mean, I don't think 1200 will immediately ruin it because actually it's uh, very abrasion resistant. That's one of the uh, technical uh, features of dry skin, um, and that's why these P10s I have now they are so worn, as in they have been worn a lot. They have been worn a lot by the previous owner, and they've been worn a lot by me and on the bike, like in bad weather. I've been outdoors with them, like in the forest, in the bushes, like doing all kinds of outdoor activity. Uh, and there are maybe a few small. I probably can't really see it on this. It's just by you can see. There are some very small pulls in places, uh, which you usually can just get rid of by with like a lint, like a lint shaving machine. Um, but ads will run for some viewers. What happens when the ads run? If the ads start running, then do you stop seeing me? And if I just go on talking, will you like not hear me anymore? Is that how it works? Let me know. An ad should be starting in 25 seconds. Um, I was saying that one of the technical uh, advantages of dry skin is that it's abrasion resistant. So even though this has been worn so much, it still almost looks like new. Okay, so 3, 2, 1. Is there an ad now? Can you still hear me? It says ads inserted. I don't know if um, my thoughts on P38CH. Um, no ad for you. Cool. Maybe you have an ad blocker. Uh, sorry, P48. CH. My thoughts on this. I think I think it's cool looking pants. I like the look. I really don't like the schwarz-grün look. To be honest, I just don't understand what color it is. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm semi colorblind, but it doesn't look anything like green to me. Um, so I don't really see how this is black green. To me, it just looks like some form of gray, like really really dark gray. Uh, but the model is cool. It's just like a hakama kind of thing. Um, it's not necessarily my style. I wouldn't uh, really get this. I mean, I have a Gorilla Group um, pant. Gorilla Group Hakama. That is a bit similar to this one, uh, a lot wider though. That I wear occasionally, uh, because I do think it's cool look. But that one is like one third of the price. So uh, then it's worth it to me to have those pants for like occasions on which I want to wear a very wide, very Asian looking pant. But I wouldn't get one for this price because I won't be wearing a pant like that often just because it's not convenient for my lifestyle because I'm on a bike a lot. Um, I don't want to have these really like very big uh, pants going in going every direction. Uh, so those are my thoughts on the 48 CH. I think they look cool, but I wouldn't get them. The parachute mega wide. Also, I'm thinking of getting my first pair of Solomons. Any thoughts? Would like to have them be waterproof. Solomons are great. Uh, I actually had a lot of Solomon shoes. I still have two pairs. I had one, two, three, four, five. I've had five pairs of Solomon shoes. Is that true? Yeah. Um, at some point, I sold most of them because recently I got into a different kind of footwear. Um, actually, obviously inspired by the Acronym crew wearing those five fingers. Also, I'm someone who likes um, to be a bit um, when there's something that people really uh, hate or that ticks people off. There's something inside of me that finds that interesting. So uh, then I get interested in it. So first, I also thought the finger shoes looked kind of bizarre. Uh, but then I actually did some research and I went and I got into this K hole about bare feet shoes and um, actually started realizing that I've had flat feet for most of my life. I still have flat feet, but I always thought that that was like a genetic thing, right? Like I'm Asian and a lot of Asians have flat feet, so that's probably uh, that's that. But I then learned that it's not necessarily something that is permanent because um, I used to wear like from being a kid. My mom used to buy special shoes for me with like an extra arch support uh, for my flat feet. But now I've learned that that is actually kind of has the opposite effect because then uh, because if your feet are completely flat, that means that uh, the muscle that that that's on the on the bottom of your foot uh, is not very strong. It doesn't contract your foot to have an arch. So if you just wear supporting shoes, uh, that will definitely not help your foot get stronger. But it will make it even more lazy than it already is or was. So then I have learned now that you can actually train the muscles in your feet, uh, which will have all kinds of different um, have all kinds of effects on the rest of your legs and your back and your entire well-being, really. So I'm kind of experimenting now with walking more barefoot than I used to. So to come back to your question about Solomons, Solomons are really cool. They look great. Love that XT6 model. It's super popular, but it's also really cool looking. Uh, and the I think speed crosses also look very sick. But those have very thick and supporting outsoles, which is kind of what I'm moving away from. Uh, Trying to get thinner outsoles and get them uh, more horizontal, because most shoes have a drop, which means that the front of your foot is lower than your heel, making you stand in a way that you're actually uh, bent over a little bit, which also has effects on how your back works and everything. So I'm trying to. Well, I'm not trying to. I have been trying to uh, find a lot of shoes with either a smaller or no drop at all, and much thinner soles. Uh, and it's a journey, because it's if you uh, have been walking in Air Max for years and then start to walk in barefoot shoes with like a 4 millimeter outsole and no insole, and no drop, it will hurt because you're used to uh, heel striking when you walk. Uh, so I'm kind of teaching myself to uh, walk more towards the forefoot and like uh, be less harsh with my steps, uh, which makes the muscles in my feet and my calves uh, work more uh, to absorb the shocks that I now cannot uh, take anymore because I don't have air under my heel. Um, but I'm actually kind of liking it, and I'm a bit of an extreme person, so I like almost sold almost all of my shoes. I think the only old shoes I still have are two Acronym Prestos and one the Light Bone Vapor Max, and then I sold everything else, and then bought a whole bunch of new shoes because I'm crazy. So I was actually still planning on doing a video about that whole crazy ordeal. Let me know if you're interested in that, because then I will. Uh, so yeah, but I digress a bit. Any thoughts? Let me. If you ask me any thoughts, then you get like this really long ADHD story. I'm sorry. Uh, you would like to have them be waterproof. Uh, yeah. So I had the XT6 Gore-Tex. Those were very comfy, very sturdy, and waterproof, but not barefoot. So I sold them. I still have. Uh, I forget all those names. The XA Pro. No, I had XA Pros too, but I still have X Ultra 3 or 4. X Ultra 3, I think. High Gore-Tex, which I still have, and those are just my like outdoor working shoes. If I know I'm gonna have to be walking in mud or doing some, for instance, if I were to be on the set, on a film set or something, and need some rugged shoes that can take a beating, and that I really don't care about how they, uh, look afterwards. Uh, like my water rain beaters, those are uh, the X Ultras. They're great. They're very sturdy. Uh, they've been through a lot. So yeah, I tried to check those out. Also, so I had the uh, XT6 Gore-Tex low because I like better how they look. I don't really. I mean, I really don't like how the X Ultra mids, sorry, look, uh, because I don't like if 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 uh, if shoes have a lot of support around the ankle, which is good for your ankle support. Um, but then it looks so thick around the ankle, and I don't like that look. So I would not wear them aesthetically. For the aesthetics, I would just wear them for the utility. So that kind of depends on what you want. Because if you get waterproof shoes that are low and you don't have a waterproof pant that kind of um, covers the opening, then and it rains, the rain will just get inside through the opening around your ankles, and then it will just wet out from within, and then it's kind of it was kind of useless. So think about that. Uh, any plan for hiking? I don't have any current plans for hiking. I don't necessarily hike a lot. I would like to though. I might do that soon. The last kind of hike I did was we have like a big like the Hague Forest. It's called, which is a very big park in the center around the palace of the king. It's it's kind of like his extended garden, um, which is a really nice forest. I went my girlfriend there about a week ago to forage mushrooms, so that was nice. And then I wore my sweet coke five fingers, which was kind of cool, but also a little bit scary. It's also a little bit. You also really have to watch where you walk because if it's so thin and um, it's just like 4 millimeters of rubber. So if you step in like a nail or like a big piece of glass, that will be a problem. So there's definitely less protection. Hey, hi, you're from Japan. Hey, person from Japan. Nice to see you. That kind of urge to test out the gear. I don't really know which is that a question or just I test out my gear all the time. I mean, um, as in I have a short video on here I took a few days ago of me in the pouring rain, in the absolute pouring rain. Um, I was feeling a bit uh, anxious, and it was raining, and I was like, I'm just gonna go outside, and I was wearing my J28 GT, which was great because it's super waterproof. So I was just walking in the rain. It's kind of fun because if you're out in the rain and it's like really raining and you're in the city, like most people just go inside because nobody wants to be in the rain, right? So then it's like like nobody's there. So I was just suddenly it was like a ghost town. Um, and then I walked past a piece of water and I saw a heron, and I just a gray heron, and I just went to stand beside it, and I just looked at it, and he looked at me, or she, I don't know. We just kind of had this moment together for like 15 minutes. We just stood there for 15 minutes looking at this bird. This really big, big bird. Um, and he was looking at me, and we both had waterproof jackets because the bird is also very waterproof. Uh, but I did learn that uh, Stadswaterproof is definitely not waterproof because that completely soaked through. Like it was completely soaked. Uh, Also, I learned that well, now I think about it, I was wearing the Merrell wrapped, the Merrell White Mountaineering wrapped shoes mid that I also got that are supposed to be waterproof, but they completely soak. But I think that's because it came in from the top now. Um, so that took really long to dry because it was just basically a bathtub with my foot in it. And I also learned that because I sometimes I use the hood from the uh, J29 WS one stopper as a hood on my J28 because I don't always want to have the hat thing. Uh, and one stopper is quite water repellent. And usually, if there's like a mild uh, shower, then it's just fine. But now I think I stood in the pouring rain for like 30 or maybe even 45 minutes, and that also it didn't completely soak through, but it definitely let water through. I was wearing this uh, H5 under it, and it also got like very wet. I do have to go soon. I've been here already for like more than an hour. Wow, talking to you guys for like an hour. Um, are those the only barefoot shoes you've tried? Video and you find, yeah. Okay, cool, nice. Yeah, I actually have a lot of findings, so I'm really gonna try to find time to do a video about that. NPC 6K, because I found a lot of things. I can already tease you that I got two pairs of Vibram Suikoke five fingers. Um, so I got the Merrill wrapped, which is in also kind of barefoot in the sense it has no drop, and I mean the outsole is quite hard, so it does give protection, but it's also thin, so you do feel the ground, but it's also it's sturdy enough to be less uh, afraid for pieces of glass. So I really like those. I'll be wearing those a lot. And I got a lot of Nike Freeze because I've looked at different kinds of like really like barefoot um, specialized barefoot brands, and to be honest, I most of them I think look really ugly. I really don't like how they look. They like Vivo barefoot and stuff like that. I just think they look silly or just plain or just boring. So I was kind of looking for uh, barefoot shoes that are also aesthetically pleasing to me. Um, so I went to look at Nike Free shoes, which are not completely barefoot, but there are different kinds. You have like one 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, and 4 and 5. There's five different um, iterations of the Nike Free sole, and the further you go back, the thinner they are. So I have the Nike Free Hyperfeels, which are the 1.0 sole, I believe, that have a Lunar Lawn insole, which is kind of like the midsole also because it's a very thick insole. But if you take that out, you basically have a barefoot shoe because the outsole is very thin. So yeah, so those are actually really barefoot in that way. And then I got a 3.0 that I'm uh, gonna sell because it's too small. But I'll try to shoot some footage of it before I do. And I got a few 5.0s. So those are not entirely barefoot, but are definitely a lot thinner and more barefoot-like than uh, most Nike shoes. So yeah, I'll be doing a video on that hopefully soon. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for watching, you guys and girls, or probably mostly guys. Um, if you like this, if you see this later, I mean, I hope this has been recorded and will now end up on my channel. Let me know if you like me doing stuff like this, because this actually uh, is easier for me to do because it takes. I mean, I've been talking for more than an hour now, but like making a video takes way more than an hour. Um, so if this is something you guys find interesting, this is a lot easier for me to promise. Are those? Yeah, yeah. I'm strengthening my feet right now. All right. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.